Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Sakura Succubus 5. My name is MS-Punk1, and last video we spent some time with Marina and Hazel. We started off by just walking through the garden to gather our thoughts after what happened in the bathroom the evening before, or however long before it was. And then we met up with Marina and Hazel, who was taking a walk themselves. And we ended up traveling down to the nearby town and going on a date. So what will happen now? A handful of days later, I find myself sitting once more in the parlor, as I have many times before, watching yet another Karuta match play out between Stefania and Hifumi. Lisbeth is acting as the referee, as per usual. She reads out the poem in her smooth, rhythmic voice. The Japanese has proficient as any native, despite her distinctly Western looks. Lisbeth reads out poem after poem until Hifumi reaches out, ever elegant, despite her haste, and smacks her palm down on her card on her side of the field. With a successful claim, Hifumi wins their match, though several cards remain in play. The gulf between Stefania and Hifumi is now too great for Stefania to overcome it. Stefania's defeat is a crushing one. It's all over. If Stefania were less chipper, I imagine she might bemoan the outcome of this match, but it isn't to be. Instead of smiling brightly, Stefania says, Stefania shakes her head, her eyes blazing with determination. Stefania stabs a finger in Hifumi's direction. Hifumi tilts her head curiously, one hand resting on her cheek. Hifumi surveys Stefania for a few moments, unblinking before her eyes pressing in the corner. What? Yeah, creasing in the corners. He smiles. Stefania demurs while pressing her index fingers together. At this point I think we have to be blind not to notice, and deaf too. I murmur under my breath for nobody's benefit but my own. Hifumi and Stefania don't seem to have heard me. They're too lost in their own little world. Stefania stares at Hifumi, her eyes wide. Hifumi approaches me, then winds her arm through mine. Look at that smile, Hifumi. Hifumi giggles. If Hifumi and Stefania's negotiations completed, the pair of them then sit in the parlor to partake in a sport of afternoon tea. I join them at Stefania's behest and soon find myself nursing a cup of something I'm not gonna try and pronounce. By Elizabeth's expert hand. Some tea by her expert hand, let's just say that. The tea's fragment aroma, it's minor like surface is rich, deep amber hue. When I bring this tea. When I bring the teacup to my lips and sip, I'm pleasantly surprised at just how delicious the tea is. Well, I'm partial to tea. I'm more of a green tea sort of guy. I don't really go in for all these fancy blends. I know preciously little about the difference between different sorts of tea. Despite my ignorance, however, about any type of tea other than matcha, however, even I can appreciate how delicious this tastes. It really is good. I exhale, rejuvenated, as the earthly, slightly sweet taste of the tea washes over my tongue. Do all members of Astoria's royal family partake in fancy tea times like this? So I was born into the wrong social stratum. Even the wrong country. Maybe I may make a good European noble myself. It's a nice thought, I suppose. Though not alas a very practical one. I'm on the Savara hierarchy, no matter how you slice it, and I never end up an earl or a duke, much less a king. Not unless I happen to marry into the right bloodline. Well, you have a chance here. Getting married for the sake of drinking delicious tea seems a step too far, though. Hifumi remarks after taking a sip of her own tea. Nice Beth, who's standing sentry by the tea table, offers a neat courtesy in response. Stefania pouts. Gently, Elizabeth smiles. Some of her eyes about her in passive countenance thawing. Whatever that means. Sorry if I've read it wrong. Elizabeth's gaze sweeps along the table. So saying, Elizabeth turning on her heels when vacates the parlor. Stefania watches her go. Green eyes focus upon her maid's retreating back when sighs. Hifumi, hearing the sigh, looks at Stefania curiously and says, Stefania hangs her head, then begins to trace the rim of her teacup with her fingertips. Does she always talk to you like that? Stefania shakes her head. Dolores Stefania reaches for a golden brown croissant arranged artfully upon a plate in the center of the table and liberates it. She cuts the croissant open with a silvery blade of a knife, then applies a generous amount of jam upon it. Stefania inclines her head in Hifumi's direction. Ja, isn't that sweet? Sweet sentiment. I wonder how I should reply. I'm glad I was able to meet you too. Yeah, what I said. Stefania blinks at me, her green eyes bright with emotion. Of course. I smile at her. You're very cute after all, and not only that, you're incredibly kind. Spending time with you in Astoria has been an honor. Stefania blushes in response to my compliments, her cheeks turning bright red. Stefania beams. Thus saying Stefania picks up a piece of croissant between her fingers and props it into her mouth. She shoots it in swift, almost defiant motions, and upon swallowing exclaims, The rest of the day passes in a blur, and before I know it, I find myself lying in bed in my vast, luxurious chamber. The events of the last few days have left me feeling pretty tired. I feel like I could drift off to sleep at any given moment. But my mind, alas, is occupied with too many uneasy thoughts. Can't help but think of that conversation I had with Elizabeth a few days ago. And after that, my decision with Marina and Hazel. Discussion. Marina and Hazel seemed not to care about my popularity, but it's beginning to worry me. Now that word has gotten out in the press about my relationships with Hifumi and Marina and Hazel, I shudder to think what might happen in the future. What would happen to Ayu if the public got wind of our affair? Idols, unlike actresses, businesswomen and tennis champions, aren't allowed to have relationships. I'm afraid Ayu's career would be put on an indefinite hold if she found herself embroiled in a scandal. I'm worried too about Cosmos. Though she isn't an idol like Ayu is. Her career is in a similar precise position. She makes a living via selling suggestive photos of herself online to huge retinue of loyal fans. If said fans were the vast majority of them guys, learned their adorable Cosmos was in a dedicated relationship with another man, I'm afraid they might abandon her. I don't want to risk ruining Ayu and Cosmos' reputations. I worry too about what my parents must think of this whole debacle. I've not called my mother since my earlier aborted attempt to fess up and attempt cut short by Ayu. I know I should attempt to explain everything again, but what with our current time zone difference and my own increased exhaustion, I doubt I have the mental energy. I'm afraid any future explanations on part would be incredibly awkward. There's also my reputation at work to consider, which was already precise enough without my complex tangle of interpersonal relationships becoming so widely well known. I've never been the sort of guy to crave the limelight. If given a chance, I much rather sink into the shadows. That's why I always dreamed, since I was a young boy, to being a photographer. I want to show off the best attributes of other people, not my own. Hypocritical though it might sound, I never really liked having my own photo taken. What will come of my future now? I have become a person of some renown. I almost shudder to think of it. I like to imagine the general public have better things to do than settle over an average guy like me. But if I were to check the web, I bet it's full of people slandering me. Hifumi has an awful lot of fans, as do Marina and Hazel. I guess this is the price I've got to pay for going out with so many high-profile women. I feel so very. I half a mind to get up and take a stroll. That might help me relax, if nothing else. But after giving it some thought, I decided against it. I'm a guest at this palace, no matter how welcome Stefania might be making me, and I don't want to wander through the hallways at night. I better stay put in my room. It's with this thought in my mind that I turn over in bed, the covers shifting around me. And then, sighing, my eyelids fall shut. I think of my Succubus companions, and of Stefania, and of her mysterious maid Elizabeth. I'm not sure what tomorrow will bring, but it seems certain my adventures in Astoria are far from over. It's with this knowledge in my mind that sleep at long last descends upon me. It twines its arms around me, settling over my body like snow. And then the last vestiges of my consciousness fade away. Okay, apparently that was that was it. So yeah, that seems to be it for the game. So yeah, it was. Sorry if I got tired. I was lost in thought for a while, for a second. But yeah, that was that. It was a nice, good game, this one. But I still have some things to do, I think. let's see here. Yep, we have one more CG to do, and I think I have at least one more trophy to get as well, so I will probably have to look those things up real quick inside to see exactly how I get them, and yeah, that will be it for this game then. But for right now, I hope you liked this video, and if you did so, leave a like to it as usual, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!